From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point, brought to you by Strata Networks. I'm your host, Chris Piner. On today's show, we welcome to the studio Lincoln Brown, president of the school board from the Uintah Basin Christian Academy. Lincoln, it's good to have you here.
Chris, it's outstanding to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I think years ago we may have done this, but it's been quite a long time, so it's nice to have you back in the studio.
It was probably over a decade the last time I was here actually taping something, and back then it was on tape too.
It was.
Yes. It was.
Well, now I introduced you as the president of the school board. Would you just tell me a little bit about your new position? I mean, relatively new. You've been doing it for a little while now.
Yeah, the president of the school board really has no more power than any other person on the school board, actually, but it's just someone who helps to run the meetings and keep things going, and I do run a lot of errands for the school from time to time.
And this is the school board is specifically for the Uintah Basin Christian Academy. How many members of the board are there?
About 5 members total.
Right.
Just so we have we can never have a majority. We always can get a majority and never have, a deadlock in votes and things like that.
Right, right. And you've been doing this now for about a year?
How does it work then? I've been on the board for about a year, president about a year and a half, president for about a year.
And how does this work? This is a separate entity from for example, the county school district.
Right.
How does that work? Do you serve for a term or? Until you're finished.
I believe until either I tip over or someone unseats me. I keep asking to be unseated and no one wants to stage a revolution. I don't know what's going to have to happen, but eventually I'll get someone to do that.
Now there are some things, it seems like there's always something going on over at the Christian Academy. What's cooking right now? Well,
back in 1999 we broke ground on the school, and VTV was there to help cover that. That was outstanding. Since then actually in 1999 we started the school. 7 years ago we broke ground for the new school. Probably as of this fall, we will have students into the new building.
Okay.
So it will be up and ready to go. It's being built totally debt-free, all by donations, all by fundraisers, and so we will be ready to go in all probability of fall of this coming school year.
Well, that's fantastic. I used to live right there in the neighborhood. I just recently moved to a different part of town, but I got to watch a little bit of the progress going, and I left before the completion. But how exciting to finally see it happening.
32,000 square feet, 13 classrooms, a gym, and a library for those kids.
Right, and you mentioned off camera that the school even has a mascot. I didn't realize that.
The UBC Eagles. Now we don't have anyone in an eagle costume yet to come out and do things, although I'm thinking that might be my job before this is over with.
The president of the school board also in the fine print there, Lincoln.
There's a lot of things I don't read in the fine print, but that's okay.
You may be in a costume soon. Well, tell us a little bit about the building itself. You quickly listed off some of the things that are in there, but will there be an open house? There'll be an open house when it's finished. At this point, though, we are looking at doing what we call a sneak peek, just to let the community see how far we've come since when we broke ground 7 years ago. That'll be June 1st at 6 p.m. Right, and do you just show up?
Just show up. There's hot dogs. There's the usual basic hot dogs, potatoes. Yes, free food. But it's really neat to see the drywall going up. The carpet's getting ready to go in. They're putting the paint. Picking the paint out and getting ready to do the gymnasium and the stage and all that stuff. So it's been really exciting to see that happen. And I am so grateful to so many people in this community who have supported the school through the years and have come through with, cutting the price on certain things or donating products or services. Just late last year, an individual came and donated a huge sum of money, asked to remain anonymous, but I never fail to just be moved by what the people in this community have done for the school and do for each other. It's one of the great things about living here.
Yeah, we see it time and time again here in the Uintah Basin, don't we? As some of the most generous people on the planet right here. And I love that. It was done anonymously. What is the enrollment at the Academy?
Believe it or not, we started with 23 students back in 1999, up to 124. We are looking because we like to keep class sizes small. We're averaging about 12 students a class. Even when we get into the new building, which could have from 300 to 500 students in there, we'd still like to keep that relatively small. But right now, about 123, 124.
Right. And what is the structure then? Is it structured similar to a public school?
And very much
like a kindergarten.
We start with preschool.
With preschool.
And we'll go up to the 8th grade. We tried a high school for a while, and we are looking, once we get through this first year, kind of like the shakedown cruise at the new building, we see how it's going to work, what the O&M is going to be, all that stuff that comes with that. We are considering at some point adding a high school.
So that could be added later. Right now it's pre-K through 8. And then when you say classes, are those separated by grade? Do you have a first grade class?
They are separated by grade right now. Right now we only have 2 8th graders, so they are in with the 7th graders just because we're not going to have a whole classroom just for 2 students now.
Right.
But one of the things, and I love telling the stories, you did science fairs in school, right? Right. And everybody had the paper mache volcano, or they went to Radio Shack and got they made a telephone or a thermonuclear bomb or something. Whatever it was, I walk into our science fair last month, and what I see, someone has built an electromagnetic railway. Wow. Someone is trying to figure out, one of the kids, how much nitrates do you need in the soil to grow the optimum sized radish? I'm thinking, who thinks of this stuff? Wow. Where's the paper machine? Where's the easy stuff we all did the night before the science fair? These kids have been working for weeks on these things, and it just completely blows my mind. I am so proud of the students, so proud of those teachers, that they are aiming higher than I think we'd normally expect.
Well, I love to hear that. That's always great to hear. I mean, kids are kids, and those that push themselves, it does. It feels good, and it's impressive, isn't it?
It is, actually.
That's our future.
Yeah, well, that old joke about, are you smarter than a 6th grader? I think I determined, no, I am not, actually.
Most of us found out from the TV show when we're not. That's right. Well, Lincoln, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the Academy and some of the things going on over there. But first, we're going to take a quick message from our sponsor, Strata Networks.
Strata Networks is proud to bring the first true 4G LTE network to the Uintah Basin. 4G LTE is the most powerful mobile broadband available anywhere in the world. With speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G, you can stay connected like never before. Video chat without delay, stream HD TV or movies in an instant, and download or upload in seconds. For details, visit us in Roosevelt or Vernal or call 622-5007. More speed, more power. 4G LTE, only from Strata Networks.
Welcome back to Local Point. Lincoln Brown, School Board President of the Uintah Basin Christian Academy, is here to talk to us a little bit more about the Academy and some of the things that are going on. In the first segment, we talked a little bit about the new building that has been in the works now for 7 years, is about to open.
We're hoping to have it ready for students to walk in and start doing things by the start of the school year. We are expecting, all things being equal, that we'll have our certificate of occupancy by the 1st of July. That is the plan right now.
That is the plan.
Drywall is going up. We're looking at paint very soon. Picking out carpeting and designing the eagle to go on the front and all that good stuff.
Oh, see the eagle. I didn't even know about this eagle until today's interview.
Shiny metal eagle. It's right downtown almost.
Now we were talking about the mascot and said that you might find yourself in that costume eventually as president. But what are some of the other responsibilities that you have as president in overseeing this?
Really, it just simply is running the meetings and a few odds and ends here and there. I may have to sign a few checks now and again. And it's basically pitching in. It's one of the great things about UBCA. We have an outstanding parent-teacher foundation. We have so many parents that come in and help. It's just, and the local churches are involved. It is just such an outstanding thing about that. Is there's a lot to be done, but there are willing hands that are always there to help.
That are always there to help, and that's been my experience working with Pastor Marty and any of the good folk over at the Christian Church or the Academy. So, is there a principal as well?
Our principal, he's just finished his first year. Came from Wisconsin. He was with the Cadott School District, and he's going to be really thrilled that I remembered that. Bill Zener, he is with us right now, and he is doing some outstanding work over there. He's begun the Fontes and Pinnell reading test, which is be able to find out where a student is in terms of reading. We have some students that aren't quite up to grade level. We're finding students that are reading above their grade level, and we need to tailor that reading program for them. He started what we call an intervention. It sounds, well, it's an intervention. What it is if we do have a student having trouble, take that student aside and say, okay, let's read, let's work together on some of these things, in terms of comprehension, in terms of actually being able to sound out the words. Let's get together. We have a wonderful parent that works part-time is involved in the intervention. He started a Daily 5 program, gets kids excited about reading. The kids just finished actually working on a book. It's about Nazi hunters.
Working on it as in writing it?
Well, we do have a student in one of our classes who's writing her own book.
Right.
She is writing a book, but this was a book that they read, and it's so neat to see them get electrified because it was, Nazi hunters. All the boys got into that and were so excited about that. He really has fired up the kids for reading, and he's just done some fabulous things. Is this a focus
of his, reading? Is that something he's bringing to the academy, or something
that is one of the places that's where he started his focus. I'll be moving to math and things like that next. And they already do outstanding in math. The last Math Olympics in Colorado, they placed very, very high.
Yeah.
These are students that are just excelling in all sorts of ways.
Areas. Now, you mentioned also, I caught on to the fact that there's going to be a stage in there. You said a gymnasium and a stage as well. What do you plan on using that for?
That can be if someone wants to have a concert. One of the great things about having this new building, state-of-the-art, with so many rooms and so much space, is one of the things we envision is allowing the community to come in there. UBATC USU do some great things, but if somebody wanted to have a little class and the library is full, that would be a great place for them to do that. If somebody wanted to teach English as a second language or anything,
fantastic.
We open the doors to the community to say, these are our resources. How can we help you?
Well, I love that. I was hoping that one of your many hats as school board president might be director of some theater on that stage. You need to put on a play in there, maybe.
We would be happy to import you, Chris.
You're open for the possibility.
I started college as a theater major, and I finished as a religion major, so that should tell you something.
Well, yeah, you could put on morality plays or passion plays.
We could do a morality
Some good old
play.
road shows.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. I could have my own revival right. No, we won't go there.
Well, we could. Now, off camera, you had told me that you had another responsibility that you didn't know about.
I did. We are looking for volunteers to work around the school. Community members, parents, anyone to come in. We've got professionals doing a lot of it, but there's some things that you don't need someone with a license to do. In this case, just some of the minor landscaping that goes on. We've got brand new playground equipment. We've got some older playground equipment, putting in a 4-square court, a basketball court. But what I did not know is you have to have your landscaping done to get your certificate of occupancy. So they said, Lincoln, would you be willing to coordinate volunteers? And I said, well, sure. And then I went to a meeting just recently at the school. They said, well, we need you up here to look at something. Found out I'm in charge of landscaping. And so people are saying, well, what kind of drainage do you want here? And do we need a something and a Framus valve on the connector Wahoo? And I don't know. What do you think sounds good? You go with that. But
so the point is, maybe if some of our viewers happen to be interested and have that sort of expertise, you might welcome them.
Well, we've got what we need people for. Viewers would love to come. You don't even need expertise. This will be spreading gravel, planting some trees.
Anybody willing.
Anybody willing to give a little bit of sweat.
What should they do?
Just give us a call at the school, and you go to ubcaeagles.org. You can find the number there.
Great.
And
if they wanted to help in any other way, that would be the way to do it. Would they need to talk to you, Lincoln, or could they talk to the principal?
They will talk to the woman that holds it all together, Diane Young. She is our secretary, and she keeps it all held together. That woman works miracles every time I turn around. And she will be able to direct you to my phone number or get your name down, and I can contact you. Either way.
Now, one more time, when is the date of the sneak peek?
The evening of June 1st. If you get there about 5-ish, start doing tours, and we'll have the hot dogs ready. The chips will be salted or whatever it is you do to them.
They'll be
June
ready.
1st. Yeah, Sunday, June 1st.
That is on a Sunday?
Yes.
Very good.
Sunday evening.
All right, and it's free to the public, and people can just come in and take a look around the place and see what's going on. Another good chance to offer your services if you'd like to volunteer, right?
I can show you exactly where I need gravel put and trees planted.
But feel free just to come down and take a look, right? That's the whole idea for the sneak peek. Well, thank you, Lincoln, for coming down today, and thank you for watching today's show. That's all for now. Please join us next time right here on VTV Channel 6. And remember to like us on Facebook for updates on your favorite VTV programming.